Guess the price, guys. Guess the price. It's cheap. Sorry about the focus. 5,000? I'll take 3.
If I could walk on water, like Jesus did before, if I knew all the answers to keep you coming back for more. If I could ride a pony.
That's the visitor centre of HMP Manchester. And what I find very interesting with certain government buildings here in the UK, they always put a giant royal crest on it to remind you of your place under the Blue Bloods. And it does make me a bit sick seeing these gigantic structures designed to cage men, this is a male prison, into what is effectively a rape cage. More men in America, I don't know the statistics for Britain, but more men in America get raped than women, and that's in prison. So I think it's a cruel and unusual punishment, and I think we can as a society figure out a way how to, look at the guys in the window over there, they're like, oh shit, that guy's filming, fuck, what the hell's he doing? Oh shit, what's he saying to me? Did he just give me the go away sign? Oh well. Anyway, there must be a way to figure, oh look at that, they're opening the gates. Now that's just good luck. Are they going to lower the bollard? Oh shit, look at this, it's a private company, it's like G4S, GOA Amy, bringing out prisoners. That is just great luck, look at that. And Indiana Jones, dun, 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 dun. And he leaves his hat, and he grabs his hat. That's Her Majesty's Prison, Manchester. And this is an impromptu satsang outside HMP Manchester. I guess what we can do is send good vibrations, good vibes, good energy, good thoughts to all the prisoners in there and all the prison wardens who have to do a terrible job. My uncle in Brazil, José, this is the Brazilian of Joseph, he works as a prison warden in a prison in Rio called Bangu. And that houses murderers and rapists and gangsters and so forth. I'm not sure about HMP Manchester, but may all the prison wardens and all the prisoners in there, the victims of this society, find peace and find forgiveness for themselves and for each other. May they at some point in their lives realize that they are at once just men, women, but also on the other hand they are centers of sentience and consciousness that are able to experience the world subjectively in this giant ball of carbon hurtling through space at many hundreds of thousands of miles per hour in an expanding universe made of 96% dark matter. And when you ask scientists what is dark matter, they have we as a species have no idea what 96% of the universe is or is made of. I'm not a reductionist materialist, so I don't think everything needs to be made of something. Like Michael Stipe in REM, I have been losing my religion, I have been losing many of my spiritual thoughts, I have been starting to see spirituality and religion and thoughts of love and light as merely the flip side of the coin of animalistic dominance and hatred and anger and power play. It seems that we are both. You can't have one without the other. And there but for the grace of God, or grace of luck, go I. Because any of us could have a bad childhood, we could be raped by our parents and raped by society and end up doing... Can you hear the fireworks? I wish I'd caught that. A kestrel or a hawk just flew past. Or a falcon, a peregrine falcon just flew past. But it's fireworks season here in the UK, and it sounds like Baghdad. And you know what, like, as things get worse, who knows who's going to end up in prison, and who knows for how long. But one thing is a fact, is that 99% of available occupancy in these prisons are full. It's full. British jails are 99% full. So what are they going to do with people who are victims of society? What are they going to do with people who are naughty? Ooh, naughty people. But may peace and understanding eventually win over the hearts of everyone in there, because it's a brutal sight. I think enough of my face. Let me just turn this towards the building. It's a brutal sight to see these giant walls with bits of Victorian. Let me try and zoom in. Forgive the lack of image stabilization, but you can see old Victorian Edwardian bits of the building attached to the more brutal modern kind of side. And a man in that kind of a van that drove past, Geo Amy, the kind of G4S private prisoner transport company, he shouts at me and says, "You're not allowed to film here, you know." And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know." And he smiled. So I'm going to try and be nice to anyone. I don't think they're going to come out and bother me, because look at this, look at that. I'm on public property, and this is on Google Street View. That's a street, and that's the street view. And that's pretty much all I have to say at this moment about HMP Manchester. This is the view from the street corner. Obviously there's a prison, and here's the visitor centre. I went in to have a look. And even I have limits as to who I'll film or what I'll film. I'm not going to film, because you can see there's a lot of families, and I saw a pregnant woman and a lot of children going to go queue up to register to visit their relatives or friends in the prison, and it's so sad. And you can see there was a woman screaming, really violently screaming at her children because they'd run behind that fence, and she was like saying, "You're stuck." And then she started screaming and swearing and saying, "I'm going home, that's it." And she threw her cigarette down and stormed back in the building. And the poor kids who are here visiting their dad or someone, I mean, what are they meant to think? What do they grow up thinking when it's that violent and that angry already on the outside? I don't know.